Yo, what's up, everybody? It is Friday, June 20th.
Sure.
We've got these two nutcases with us today, and talking about nuts, we're going to talk about peanut butter packaging. You like that? That was good.
That was classic.
Are we talking about D's?
Connors,
Good morning.
host of
How are
Simple Packaging Podcast, known across the interwebs as Corrugated, 1976. And
Close. You guys are close.
How you doing in Seattle?
Oh, Seattle, the Great White North. Must be in Canada.
Nice. And then we got actually today we're going to talk about peanut butter packaging. We've got a couple brands that are doing some cool stuff. There's a couple of brands that are being talked about quite a bit regarding their packaging design, and we'll kind of get into the design, the materials, and kind of like what's going on there. So you can stick around, ask questions, and we'll kind of dig into it. And then we've also got Adam Peak, host of
Bumperlabels.net.
Peek at My Packaging. No, you're host of People of Packaging podcast. For now. That's right.
For now.
How's it going? Where are you calling from? What pirate ship are you calling from?
Sure. I'm calling from It's 2018 when my family was.
Awesome. All right. Hey, before we get started, just want to touch on a couple of things. Wednesday, we do Can We Solve It?
Can we solve it?
Yeah. Oh, you messed it up.
God. Hold on, we'll try again.
Bumperlabels.net.
Right, you ask us questions on Wednesday. If we can't answer them, you win a shirt. Bam.
Very nice shirt.
Give you free stuff to talk about packaging. Nobody. Then on Monday, we do viewer pack review this week. Next week, we're going to be talking about some Trader Joe's boxes, which will be pretty cool. And I've got some coffee packaging design that's been submitted to me as well from a student. We'll kind of review it. We'll talk about it. So that'll be good. So Monday and Wednesday. And obviously, we're here every day. So if you're joining us wherever, LinkedIn, YouTube, Spotify, let us know where you're watching from.
Hashtag box nerd.
Hashtag.
What?
Is this?
Boom.
Is it? Do we think it's Fox's Boxes?
Another one of your sons?
This is my burner account. That's
Box nerd. Good morning, buddy. All right. So today we are talking about peanut butter packaging.
Peanut butter.
So I'm gonna
week.
It's peanut butter jelly time. Peanut butter jelly. Peanut butter jelly. Peanut butter jelly. Peanut butter jelly and a baseball bat. You guys remember that song?
No.
Can't wait for that to be clipped.
Oh,
peanut butter jelly and a baseball bat.
Ryan Fox.
Let's go, man. There we go. Yeah, we got Ryan Fox, box nerd, is with his New York Times bestseller packaging book.
Yes.
Good stuff. All right. So one trick pony. Yep, they've got a peanut butter packaging. They've turned it upside down. Let's talk about design. If you're on this, if you're walking down the aisle and you're looking at all the peanut butter packaging that looks the same, and you see this, yes. What are your thoughts? What are you doing?
This is certainly eye-catching, and that's half the battle, getting somebody to buy your stuff. So I love it.
Yeah, I think it would probably cause people to pick it up. Remember when you had a game show? Pick it up, pack it up,
pack it up,
pack it up.
I've got that game show. Another episode coming up. We're going to talk to Camille.
Pack it up.
Cool.
And a TikTok challenger. So we'll see how that goes.
Ooh, dun dun dun. Yeah. So I think it's a different. It feels like a different form factor.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like it's still in a container, but not. It sort of looks like.
Yeah, just describe it for anybody that's listening and not watching.
I feel like I've taken my car to the mechanic and I'm trying to describe the noise. Like it's going like.
All right, so it's a.
You describe it, packaging unboxed designer.
Yeah.
Dude, well, you're the guy that can't stop talking, so I usually let you go. Yeah. You're gonna tie in like some Run DMC, Most Def,
peanut butter jelly and a baseball bat.
Yeah.
No, man, this is a solid colored plastic container. Typically, you see peanut butter in clear plastic, so you can see the actual peanut butter. You'll see the oil separation if it's a natural peanut butter. In this case, it is opaque. So it's pink for silky. It's green for crunchy. The lid and the base are the same material, so you can't see through anything. And then there looks like silk screened, printed directly on.
That's a shrink sleeve, right?
No, I think that's printed directly on.
No,
I think it's printed. I agree. That would be very difficult to get that draw on a shrink sleeve.
but is this a render? I can't even find this.
No, these are photos. If you go to the website of One Trick Pony, you're going to see their regular jars. I think they're just selling through, but this design's been online since May.
Oh, I see.
And it's kind of growing now in terms of like just getting marketing.
I do like that it's upside down. I think that's cool for peanut
And
butter.
it is upside down. Yeah. So the flat part that it rests on the top of the lid is actually flat, and then the bottom of the container, which is actually at the top now, is rounded. So it does kind of break that frame on the aisle as you're walking down, because it is upside down. It is a different shape. It is opaque.
I think that'll be a better user experience. And the curve at the top, or what will be the bottom when you turn it over, will make it easier to get it out. All of the peanut butter.
Okay, I'm clearly stupid because I'm on their website.
Yes, thank you. I'm going to clip that. Yeah, if you go to the website, you're going to see the other packaging that they have, which is what I'm saying they're probably going to sell through and then move into this container.
Okay, where is that container? Because
we're not talking about the website.
Your rendering is. Oh, now I get it. Okay, I gotcha. So yes, it's definitely it might be a clear label. They could end up putting a clear label on that if they didn't want to screen it. But yes, that would have to be direct printed. I didn't realize it was a mono color. I see it now, though. Thank you.
Okay, so
Avelio's right. I'm clearly stupid. Avelio's right. There you go.
There's a whole clip.
Yeah. All right. So looking at this packaging, there's a few things that go through my mind. One, as a packaging designer, does this achieve the goal of stopping someone in the aisle, giving them a new experience, changing the way they think about the product, packaging, unboxing for peanut butter? Right now, if you go to wherever you buy your peanut butter and you're buying natural, you open the lid, all the oil is settled at the top. All right, it's separated. You get all that oil at the top. I can't believe how many people don't know how to mix that stuff in. I'm going to tell you a little secret.
Ooh.
Get your little mixer, your hand mixer that you mix your cookie dough with, all that stuff. Just put one paddle in there. Put that paddle in your container. Just run it, and then pull the paddle out. Move on with your life.
Just wait for the oil to fly all over you.
Yeah.
No, it takes like 30 seconds. You just run it on low, man. That's easy.
How do you clean your peanut butter container before you recycle it, though, Avelio?
Hot water.
Dishwasher.
I just use hot water. I don't want all that peanut butter getting all over my plates. The one thing about that, all right, so from a design perspective, I love it. Bright colors, big, bold sans serif type on here so that it's super clear what it is that you're looking at.
Is it a unicorn character or a pony? Do you know?
It's probably a pony.
One trick pony.
Oh, I just realized.
If I had to guess,
a 2-trick unicorn. But here's the challenge. Peanut butter containers are clear, white, clear plastic, right?
Yeah.
That stuff recycles. There's a demand for that.
Right.
This is colored, opaque plastic in different colors.
Does it say what it's made from? Is it PVC? No.
It doesn't say. I can't imagine. It would be PVC.
Polypropylene, I hope.
Yeah. I don't even think PVC is legal.
Yeah.
For food. But that's the challenge, right? So from a design perspective, it's everything that you need it to hit. Stops consumers in the aisle, makes them pick it up, gives them a good experience because you flip it over. But upside down peanut butter isn't new. This isn't the first brand to do it. it kind of hits the whole idea of like being able to have the oil settle on the opposite side so you can use the peanut butter. But you do have to mix that stuff in. It's not like you're using the peanut butter and then just drinking the oil. So you still have to mix it in. Peanut butter oil. But honestly, this design itself isn't new either. I saw this stuff, Brazilian bum cream. I use it every day. This container, I love this container. Yeah, it's not recyclable. It has all the same issues. But when this thing came out about 10 years ago, man, I wanted to design something that just like took this form factor and used it again, because it is such a cool experience. The way it fits in your hand, how deep that lid is, how easy it is to remove the lid, and the position that it gives you for branding, and the way that it's like colorful, and it all works really well. So as a designer, one of the things you have to look at is, how is this going to look on shelf? How quickly can it communicate? Does it change the way that you experience packaging? And obviously, you've got to go down the whole sustainability conversation and figure that part out as well. But I don't know, like, Corey, you're the sustainability guy. What are your thoughts here?
I think a lot of it depends on what the material is. If it's HDPE or polypropylene, that could be recycled if it was cleaned out. That's possible.
It can be.
Yeah.
But there's no demand for colored.
HDPE is highly recycled and recyclable, but I don't know that this is what this is. So if it's polypropylene, those numbers are increasing, but maybe they could do a campaign to encourage people to reuse these things for other things. It could be
you can put your bum cream in there.
Yeah, a place to keep other things. There are ways at looking at reuse, but the great American Chuck McAllister agrees. Yeah.
That's right. You can't make that at bum cream. I mean, how fun is it to say that? I want to develop a bum cream.
It is really cool looking. I think they'll do well with it.
Yeah, I think I think this is going to crush it at the store. But I go back to the lack of demand for colored plastics.
Yeah.
The other issue that they're going to have, by the way, is if these are printed, any type of variation, like they're going to have to order a decent amount of these, right? And keep them in inventory. And oftentimes companies do struggle with obsolescence when they have ingredient changes, when the UPC code has to change, when there's a new regulation that comes out that is against bum cream or whatever. Stuff happens and your sell-through rate isn't as good or whatever, and then you have to dispose of them. And so it becomes a bit of an issue when you've already committed to the printing when it's manufactured, rather than you putting a shrink sleeve, putting a label, doing something after you filled it, because then you can control your highest packaging cost, which is often the rigid packaging in this case.
Okay, so then as a designer, and I'm working with this brand, could I suggest, and I'm not working, this is just hypothetical, can I suggest that they buy, let's say, 100,000 of these pink containers, and we only print 25,000, 15,000, and we keep the others on back stock, or we print just the dark? I guess we wouldn't necessarily want to do like multiple runs, right? So like we can run 15,000, go through that, and then when we've gone through 10,000 of them and we've got 5,000 in stock inventory, we can run another 15,000. Like, can we roll that out? Or because you're on the manufacturing side, like, do you want to just run all 100,000 and get that done? Not that you're going to fill them all, but at least have that ready to go.
I mean, honestly, if it were me, and I'm not just saying this because I believe that labels are packaging, but because I've worked on plenty of these products before, I would buy them, and I would buy them unprinted. So if the MOQ for this, because it's probably a custom mold, and it's a custom color, so you probably have to buy 100,000. I would not then also commit to all of the information. all the information that's on there,
Mhm.
because you can digitally print, you can customize, you can maintain your flexibility as a brand, especially a newer brand like I think One Trick Pony is. And I would put a clear APR approved label on these. So if they're HDPE, there's a lot of label materials that you can do. And
Yep.
then they already have a label applicator, obviously, because of their old products. So
Yep.
that's what I would do. And then you're not committed to 100,000 of each color with all the decoration on there, because that's it. That can be a big problem.
Yeah, but could you buy 100,000 of these blanks and just run like 15,000 at a time as you need them?
You
So
mean silkscreen 15,000 at a time?
yeah, or is that just
Potentially.
not feasible financially?
You probably have to ship them back to the place to shrink sleeve silkscreen. You can't
Yeah.
silkscreen on site usually, so there's a lot of logistics that have to happen there. But you could shrink sleeve or label.
So then the way that it would work is I would buy 100,000 of these from a jar supplier. They're not going to be the one to silk screen it.
Right. And
Or-
they may
or
be
or they
willing
would.
to hold the inventory, like you said, keep
Mhm.
the raw material, run 10, 25,000 at a time, and then deliver you as you need them, and then give you the same cost as 100,000 would have been.
By the way, I'm watching a video on Instagram of
Thanks, I
them.
appreciate that. We're talking here. You're over there watching.
No, I'm
video.
watching the video about this thing on Instagram, and I do think that they are putting a label on it.
Mm.
So
It
I
doesn't
think
look
that
like
the rendering doesn't look like it, but when it's actually on the shelf it looks like Whole Foods. The
Mhm.
founder is showing it at a Whole Foods, and it looks like maybe they are labeling or shrink sleeving it.
Mm.
So
Okay, so maybe they
I wasn't paying
they went
attention.
down this. They went down the path of like silkscreen and all that stuff, and they're like, it doesn't make sense to do labels.
For the rendering, I mean, you can do whatever you want in a rendering, right?
Yeah,
You can,
sure.
I like what this LinkedIn user says. I think they're right. A lot of people want to see the food they're buying, so that could hurt sales results.
Yeah, I mean, you've seen TikToks and reels and stuff where the product inside may have gone bad, may have spoiled, right?
Even
you
Capri
can't
Sun
say-
went to a clear bottom just so people could see the liquid.
because of that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like the stuff was rotting. Who knows if it actually rotted? But somebody on LinkedIn or not on TikTok posted like they cut it and they poured out this stuff that was inside. Who knows they put that in there or not? But all of a sudden it created that idea in the consumer's mind. So to deal with it, they made a clear bottom. I do want to like show this guy too. Yeah, so like Brazilian bum cream. These guys are
great
the OGs.
colors.
Yeah, love this. One Trick also does like a single serve, which is kind of cool.
Sachet.
Yeah, these sachets. There's been a couple brands that have done this for peanut butter. I'll tell you, if I was using a single serve peanut butter sachet, I would just squeeze it right onto an Oreo cookie, and that's my best way to eat peanut butter. Honestly,
there's a company here in Utah, by the way, that fills those. That does a lot of the single sachet peanut butter. I don't know if they do it for One Trick Pony, but if you're a brand and you are looking for a company to fill peanut butter into single serve, I got some people that I know.
Nice. Reach out to Adam for your peanut butter needs.
That's a fun name. Nutso.
These are the guys that did the upside down container first. And I think, Adam, you brought these guys up. You saw them on shelf.
Yeah. It's such an easy thing to do. You literally just switch the unwind direction of your labels and then put them on the conveyor with the lid down. Actually, you don't even have to switch the unwind position. You just have to
switch the label.
You just, instead of putting them on the bottom, you put the lid down on the conveyor and then you run it through your label applicator that way.
Nice.
It was like, so I'm like, why don't more people do this for natural peanut butter?
Yeah.
That would help a lot.
Yeah,
and it's in clear, right? So it gets rid of some of the other problems. I did see some comments, because I'm not paying attention anymore, on the redesign for One Trick Pony.
We lost.
Apparently, they
Elio.
were in glass, and they're switching to plastic.
Mm.
And there were a couple people who were frustrated by that.
Yeah, and
Which
I
is a
know
consideration.
my natural peanut butter comes in glass, and it just feels better as a consumer.
Yeah, well,
I don't know
all
why.
of us are rich and live in Scottsdale, Avelio. So
Well,
no.
when you've been in packaging this long, you don't really look at prices anymore.
That's right.
just buying the packaging.
Yeah, buy packaging.
Yeah.
No, like Nutso did it. Like you're right. Just flipping the label on the actual packaging, like just putting your sticker upside down makes such a big difference on shelf. Immediately, you've
Make a
got
difference to the packaging. Do you think?
It does. It changes the packaging with a sticker, but like you've got the white lid at the bottom now. When you put it up against something else, like it just looks weird enough to be like, what's that? And then you grab it. And what's nice is you're actually seeing the top, the bottom of the jar, which is now at the top, and it's clear. You're seeing the peanut butter, like an entire disc of peanut butter, compared to the competitors, which are going to have a lid with branding and stuff on it.
Right.
I think this is super, super smart. It doesn't impact you on price. And then you can do whatever you want on visual design and graphics here. So
I can't wait to talk about this one.
So that's peanut butter. That's
speaking of peanut butter.
Pack of the week is One Trick Pony. Great design. I don't know what's going to happen with that material. If it's going to be sustainable, if there's going to be blowback. But we'll see how that works.
We should buy them, or they should send it to us. Hey, wait a second. Hey, real quick before we end, have you guys seen this weird innovation for cans that nobody's asked for? Have you seen this, Avelio?
I have seen this.
I think it's called Safely Sip, maybe.
I thought it was like soft lips.
Do you mind if I interrupt the peanut butter conversation to talk about this?
They should have called it soft lips. That's good.
So
once it hits your lips.
Look, man.
I don't love it.
I saw this on the LinkedIn, and it's like a rubber gasket, plastic gasket that goes over the edge of the can so that you don't cut your lips. Now, if your soup cooler is so soft that it's going to get cut by a can, I think you just need something else. I don't know.
This could affect the recyclability of the can too, don't you think?
No,
we're adding more.
It won't affect the recyclability of it. It'll just get burned off.
Remember those big things, the big plastic cover?
La Colombe.
Yeah.
It's what they should have done.
Never injure your lips.
They should have contacted my sister Kristen.
Or fingertips.
My sister, yeah, that's gross. It's someone like sticking their fingers down into the can.
Punching the can open with your finger.
So my sister was on the David Letterman show for Stupid Human Tricks, and she took an empty Diet Coke can. She was in high school.
Bring you?
What's that?
Did she just bring you?
I hate you.
Oh, I get it.
She took an empty Diet Coke can up here on her forehead, and then she tilts it forward, and it comes down, and she catches it with her tongue. And she never cut her tongue, and she did it on David Letterman. And it was a great party trick, and has vaulted her to fame and fortune.
She too.
But
that's her job now, right?
She's a professional
can
flipping tongue catcher. It's
a long title.
It is a whole thing.
I don't know.
But that's a silly innovation. What are we doing?
Yeah, I think Corey, you said it best. It's solving a problem that doesn't exist.
Corey's right.
Corey, you're right.
Clip that. Yeah.
Hashtag ad. I mean, but honestly, though, if they want to sponsor the show, then we will talk about how great it is. Because we have no shame.
That's right.
Right.
We will.
My favorite innovation of the year.
Not cut our lips ever again. When was the last time either of you guys cut your lips, your soft lips,
on a soda can?
I certainly haven't stuck my finger into a soda can in
Do you stick your tongue in there? Like, protect your tongue.
It's a strange idea, but good for them. Maybe there was a reason for it. Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Did you guys talk about the Target wine bottles, the paper wine bottles?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Frugal Pack. Yeah.
Yeah. So what the hell what do we know? Like the guys from Frugal Pack talked to me like 5 years ago. And like, hey, I'm like, dude, that's not going to work. Now they've blown up all over the place. So we don't know. This may be a problem.
Maybe this is the new thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe we're the 3 people in the planet that don't cut their lips.
No, who did they contact? Who did Frugal Pack contact Avelio?
They reached out to me.
Yeah. So Avelio doesn't know anything about packaging. Let's clip that. Clip that.
Mic drop.
Boom. All right. We'll see you next week. We'll see you next week.
Hard to drop the mic.
Packaging, viewer packaging review, and can
we solve it?
Pack it. Solve it. Dang it.
See you guys.